Okay, we're here with Dusty, Rob Sestrino, and Jessica Lees. Dusty, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, guys. Down in beautiful Miami, we had a fantastic finale watch party last night with the whole cast. It was amazing.
Oh, can't wait to hear some of the stories from that. How are you doing, Dusty?
I'm doing fantastic. Not the outcome I wanted by any means, but I got to spend, a quality time running around the world with my best buddy. We didn't get the job done, but we got into the dance. And so I'm so humbled to compete against Raquel, Kayla, Penn, and Kim. They're the best in the business. I've said this multiple times. If you ran this 9 times, I think all of us would win 3 times. But it was Penn and Kim's day. And so I feel great. It's kind of relief. It's sad that it's over. But now I don't have to lie to anyone anymore and make stories up of how I finished and answer those questions. So that's nice.
Yeah, well, we really appreciate you coming on with us. That we thought you were really so much fun to watch, and we had so much fun going through all of the things that you would say during the different challenges, and we really love just the energy and enthusiasm that you brought to the race.
I don't know where half those things came from. I should probably work at a zoo. I just talk about animals all the time now. It's very bizarre. But it was an amazing experience and fun. Ryan's easy to, I like talking about his calves. It's pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to we've been calling it the blip, the point at which you had to go home for 18 months and then come back. And it sure seemed like at the beginning of that return, you two were unstoppable. What did you do in the interim to kind of end up being the complete powerhouses that you started the race as?
Ryan and I, we were prepared on the first one. If you notice from the first 3 episodes to the next, I lost 25 pounds. So physically, I'm in the best shape I've been in my entire life. And I've got to give a lot of that due to, The Amazing Race one. Ryan is a physical specimen. So when you're standing next to him on TV, you have to kind of look good next to him. But my son, I lost my father, my grandfather. There's been a lot of heart issues in my family. And I just want to be here for my son, and I don't want him to go through, not having a father. And so that was very important, but really putting the work in, puzzles, flags, walking around with wine bottles. I'd watch Will and James's extra videos and what can I do to kind of do what they do? And so hats off, mad respect to those guys. We wanted to be students of the game. And just, make sure that we were prepared for anything that could be tossed. But how do you really prepare for the Amazing Race? It's you'd focus on one thing and I'd be nervous that I'm leaving something else off the table. It almost caused trauma. I'm am I working enough on this or this? And I was just so blessed at a time in my life where we're moving from Missouri to Colorado. I'm starting a new business with the bed and breakfast. It really gave me ample time to focus on this and focus on myself, especially in the world we live in with COVID and everything. It can either crumble or you can grow from it. And I just made sure I was going to give myself the best opportunity to grow from this and use the time that's been presented with the downtime due to COVID to get better at everything and just become a better person. And so that was our goal, both of us. We talked a lot, shared notes. It was just, we put the work in and I think it showed. We made it to the dance. We didn't get it done, but if we didn't put the work in, we did. I don't see us being as successful as we were. And I know Raquel and Kayla did, Penn and Kim did. We knew we were coming back against the best of the best. And so we had to be ready.
Dusty, you and Ryan really dominated in the first half of the race. I think you had 3 first place finishes in the first 5 legs. But then once you and Ryan hit the second half of the Switzerland leg, when it was milky time to make some cheese, it seemed like that from that leg on, that was like a turning point for the two of you. Was there any specific thing that led to just not being able to find that extra gear that you had in the first half of the race, or was it just bad luck from that point on?
So, honestly, we ran fantastic legs, but when you're competing against Penn, Kim, Raquel, and Kayla, I know a lot of people, they talk about the 15-minute time, the gap. So coughing up the first group, what you don't realize is the whole time we're sitting in hotel rooms, I'm like, one of these guys are going to U-turn us, Ryan. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
And so the pressure building mentally, I can't even put into words. And it was a calming, or it was like a brewing storm, as you see, which comes out in Greece when I'm flipping rocks. But we ran great legs, but they did too. And we would look at our times and we would make up 8 minutes, 9 minutes. A lot of those legs, we ran faster than all the other teams. It's just, they ran it just well enough to stay in front of us. And so coughing up the cheese, coughing up first place, really, I'll be honest, at this time, you know, Ryan and I are rolling. I'm like, dude, are we the best team ever on the Amazing Race? Like, can we just win out? Is this going to happen? But the Amazing Race humbles you quickly. And we were humbled. And so the leg with the cheese is the best leg we ran. I know it wasn't our best placement, but the resiliency, and it really showed what we were about, in my opinion. And our friendship was the main thing that I wanted people to take away from this. We're hell of a competitors. I'm a loudmouth. We all know that. I wear my emotions on my sleeve, but the main thing I wanted to take away from this was the friendship. Like, find you down ass buddy and you run the world with him. And I hope I set an example for my son when he can watch this, man. I hope he finds a buddy like Ryan.
Yeah, so one thing I noticed, of course, you and Ryan have the best bond, and it was so great to see the way the two of you related to each other. But this seems like one of the most extraordinarily close casts that we've had in a long time. And I know that you have hosted your own podcast this whole season, which has been a lot of fun. How much have you kept up with the rest of the cast?
So in between filming, like from the blip, there was a little bit of communication, not tons. You know, it got to the point where I didn't even know if we were going back, to be honest with you. At 19 months, you start thinking, the ship's probably sailed. But we are so tight as a group. I mean, I do a podcast with Kayla, who I adore. I adore everyone, but our bond, especially with Lulu and Lala, you know, we ran in the second group with them for a few legs and became extremely close with them. And I want to give them a shout out. They threw a heck of a party for us last night in Miami. The girls are amazing. Mm-hmm. But Penn, Kim, Raquel, and Kayla, you go through this with someone. I try to explain to people, it's almost like being in the military. I try to explain to my wife and my friends that you just don't understand because you didn't do it. And so to see them this week, you know, get to watch the episode last night with all of them, it was so seamless seeing them. It was like I haven't been away from them at all. And it was beautiful to meet their friends and family and bring all of our friends and family together and join. And so very tight-knit group, but we went through something unprecedented, a 19-month hiatus. It probably will never happen again.
Hopefully.
Going back, hopefully, yeah. Going back to the leg last night. So it just seemed like that getting out of like that first task of finding the numbers just seemed like that was ultimately the deal breaker for you and Ryan. How long did it take you to discover the numbers on the elevator?
Guys, I mean, let me tell you, we're if you've watched the extra footage, I mean, we're in the lobby, lost, stuck. Mm-hmm. I can't even get back on the roof. We had to schmooze our way back in. Something that Kim said on one of her podcasts a while ago: when things are going well, you think you're going way faster than you are, but when they're going bad, you tend to think it's a lot. I thought I was in the rock pit for 6 hours, and it turned out to be 3. I mean, I don't know if that's right or what, but
still a long time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are, I'm like, Ryan, is this really what's going to take us out? Like right out of the gate to just know. And so it was dreadful. We knew when we saw the 2 unlocked boxes, you know, we get to the first one first. I'm like, okay, things are going good. We started at the same time with everyone. This is what we wanted. But the wheels literally came off at the beginning. And so our motto was always to run at 70% and eat an elephant 1 bite at a time. That went out of the window immediately. We both were frantically running around. I'm reading the clue over and over, and it just keeps saying up and down. Like, Ryan, it has to be something with an elevator. I just picked the inside elevators instead of the outside. And so, you know, and it's hard to watch because we ran a flawless leg after it. I mean, and to know how close we were to second place, I thought we were hours behind. We ended up being like 20 minutes behind the girls. And so to know that, and like, there's a good possibility if we were one of the first teams to find it, we could have won this, because all the other challenges we destroyed. The last challenge, the memory challenge, Ryan, like destroy it, like know it immediately. It's just, I would rather it be the way it happened to us than, you know, I was sitting with Raquel and Kayla last night. It was gut wrenching, guys. They had it in the bag, and Penn and Kim just didn't make mistakes. We messed up at the beginning. The girls messed up at the end, and Penn and Kim just don't make mistakes. And so I've told everyone, I go, if they made an ultimate season of top 3 teams and pit them against multiple seasons, I think we would destroy any season ever put together.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I ran against the best. That's how I wanted it. That's how Ryan wanted it. Wasn't our day, but yeah, the elevators, cheese and rocks, no more. And
title of your autobiography. Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
So that party looked completely off the chain. Like I've seen some photos and it looked like you guys had just the best time watching together. So watching yourselves back over the course of the season, was there anything that surprised you about the way that anything was portrayed, or any stories that the show missed out on telling that you would have told differently?
It's very interesting watching production. I'm very new to this, and I was very fortunate to have Ryan, who, he has a documentary out. He had his own television show. And so this is a nerve-wracking thing. And watching yourself is like traumatizing. Hearing me talk on television freaks me out. Like hearing my own voice, it's very bizarre. I think they did an unbelievable job. And I'll be completely honest with you guys, from the day we got home, I had been thinking about the Grease episode, because I went to a dark place and some bad things were going on in my mind. And I was like, what did I say? I didn't even remember. And so that really stands out to me, how beautifully done they did that, because I was very nervous. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Everyone knows that. I'm the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. And that was a really dark place for me. I'm about to cry again. It emotionally, it was life-changing. It was an awful experience, but to have Ryan to get me through it and to make it through it, and said, I just don't want to quit for my son. So I think that was the most beautifully done thing. And also the bungee jumping was really awesome. Not my cup of tea, but it was really neat. And I'm so glad I beat Kim in paper, rock, scissors, so I didn't have to watch her do that first, because I don't know if I would have jumped. I was like, just get this over with. And so they did an unbelievable job. I think they portrayed everyone exactly as who they are. And these are great people, guys. And this is just so stressful. And you guys know, you've covered so many seasons of this. It can bring out the worst in you, but it can bring out the best in you too. And so I hope everyone saw that with Ryan and I. We literally went from worst to first, to first to worst, to last, to fighting through, but we always stuck with each other. And I just hope our friendship shows, because that's really what we wanted to portray, that like, this isn't fake, man. We love each other, and I'll do anything.
We got that. Oh,
for sure.
Good. And there's no one else I could do it with.
Yeah, Jesse, I know you got to run. I got a lot of interviews today. Anything else? Any parting thoughts you want to leave the audience with?
No, I'm very blessed for the opportunity to do this. Ryan, I love you, buddy. You're my best friend. And I think, we have unfinished business, guys. I need another crack at this somehow down the road if they do it. And I promise you this, if I do get the opportunity, my half of the money goes to a charity of Elise's choosing.
Okay.
Write it down.
Write it down.
Every
All right. Dusty, thank you for joining us. Thanks for being such a great sport. So much fun to get to watch you play on the race this season, and all the best to Ryan as well.
Thank you very much, guys. This was an honor doing this with you. You guys are fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dusty.
Yeah. Take care, Dusty. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.